of how to give an evaluation. You're colorful, you use that word colorful, but you're very descriptive. And it's as if we're stepping into the story of your evaluation. And that you're such an expert at being able to communicate in such a way that we can see what you're describing. And as you gave feedback to Val about his opening, I thought that really communicated so perfectly Val's, pleasantness when he introduces a speech, and you capture that so well. So I always learn from you as an evaluator. So continue to give evaluations often, because you make us all better evaluators. So thank you. Val, your evaluation of Moriel, I really thought that your evaluation was so informative, and it was such an important speech for Moriel, I know, as the president, his first speech as president, and you were able to give him such great feedback that I know he will take and apply as president. Not only speeches, you gave him great feedback on his speech, but you also helped him to see how he can take his vision, and all of us to own it, to be able to implement it and see that vision come to life. And your recommendation to improve the speech, I'm glad you brought this up, because I was thinking the same thing, because I was picturing us when we go back into the building, boy, I hope it's soon. But then I was hoping that Moriel would talk about, okay, how would it make you feel if we continue on Zoom? How does it make you feel? Both positive and negative, because some of us are like, we're zoomed out, so maybe that could be another recommendation. But overall, I thought your evaluation was spot on. Excellent. So thank you very much. And now I would like to ask for our timer. Mr. Timer, please give us a report on the evaluations.
Let's see here. We had Val came in at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Yourself, David, at 3 minutes and 28 seconds. And Shabnam at 3:23. Everyone qualified.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Everyone does qualify. Please take a few seconds, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, no more than 13 seconds, and vote for your evaluator. Let's do it. I'm going to do that now. Pass your votes to Mary in a private chat. Best evaluator. Very good. We will now move to the next portion of the evaluation section, and this will be the functionaries reports. I will start with the first functionary going down the list here is grammarian. Marcella, so great to have you back.
Thank you.
Love to hear your feedback on the grammarian report, please.
Yes, absolutely. I thought the speeches were so juicy and enriching. And I have just a few comments about each one. So for Moriel, I loved when you said we're a family of heroes, because it felt endearing, but also very empowering. And I think at this point, we all needed, and I felt personally very encouraged by that. And you said we build our courage. And I missed you guys, so I'm so glad to be back. Raquel, I loved your speech. I nearly cried like 3 times. I loved when you said, what can I do? That is the question, right? It's such a simple question, but it's so deep. And it's something that we can all ask ourselves to figure out what we can each do. And then Val, I really loved your title of Closing the Shutters. And I don't know about everybody else, but to me, that meant setting boundaries, healthy boundaries, so we can survive the season. And you said focusing on our projects and ideas, even if it's difficult, because growth is difficult. And if we're not experiencing difficulty, my opinion is that we're not truly growing. And I believe you said you closed your Facebook and your Instagram, and that's a difficult thing to do because we're all so addicted to that. So just by doing that, I thought that was monumental. And yeah, thank you everybody for using the word of the day. I was a very bad example because I didn't even use it. So thanks everybody for using it, for those who used it, and all the speeches were fantastic. And I didn't hear any misuse of the English language, but I'm a foreigner, so maybe I missed it. I don't know.
Thank you so much, Marcella. Excellent, excellent grammarian's report. And next, I'd like to invite our all counter, Joshua. Nice to have you back as well. I can't wait to hear your all counter report.
Thank you, David. It's a pleasure to be back, everybody. Everyone did a great job. I'm just going to go down the list very quickly and just let everyone know, where they, what their counts are. So Dane, you had 3 ahs, 6 ums, and 1 like. Moriel, you were perfect today. I didn't hear any filler words or repeated words. Raquel, likewise, you batted 1,000. Scott, also, you did very well. Except you repeated the words on in your, I believe it was your table topics response. Shabnam, you also did a great job. Val, excellent, just 1 ah. Mary, perfect. Marcella, you had 1 ah, and you have 2 ands. So you repeated and, I think, twice. And David, tremendous job. You were perfect. That is my report, and back to you.
Thank you, Joshua. Excellent, excellent all counter report, and nice to see you back as well. Very good. Well, we are at 7:35, and this is where the general evaluator should conclude the evaluation. So let's see if I can get it done in under 50 seconds so I can pass it back to the Toastmaster. And I will start quickly at the top here. And Dane, I loved, the theme could not fit us any better. I mean, this is a new chapter. We have this picture of a ship, as I love to sail, I picture this new vessel of heroes that we're all on together. So thank you for choosing this theme. Perfect, loved it. And I also like, Dane, that you stepped in for Jeannie and you gave a message on her behalf with a call to action to really set the stage for this upcoming year for Pathways. You asked the right question. If you're not on Pathways, let's get on Pathways. Jeannie will help you. And by the way, I'm going to be the first one to make the call. So I thought that was really good. The speeches, the words I wrote were compelling, captivating, and very convincing. Well done to all the speakers. We are living in a time where there's so much to learn, and the more we could, I know this is a speaking club, but it's also a listening club. So I think that as we're speaking, I'm learning more so to listen as well. So thank you all to the speakers, amazing speeches. Going into the break, we were a little bit late. I think we were about 8 or 9 minutes late. But the table topics got us back on track. Shaman, I love just the thought-provoking questions. As always, you bring such not only relevant, but great questions that get us to think and be able to learn something from each one of these table topic questions. So thank you so much. The evaluations were all really good, great feedback, all in all. The final comment is, what can we do better? I wrote down here that the agenda, I don't know if the agenda needs to be restructured with the timing and everything, because I don't know if there's enough time for the grammarian and the option report. So maybe in the future, Mr. President, look at and see if that's something we can make the adjustment. And then the last thing I'll say about the agenda is, let's make sure that we put the Zoom link on the agenda so it goes out, and when the agenda goes out, put the Zoom link and the password there, because I'm sure with Memorial's leadership, we're going to have a lot of people coming back. And for those of us that are on, we save it, but it'd be nice to have that for the future as well. But all in all, it's so great to be with each and every one of you. And I'm going to pass it back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you, David. Appreciate you. You just did a phenomenal job at